A space for rest and observation at the Venice Biennale. That's what the Singapore Pavilion is offering with its exhibition titled A Pause, filled with photographs and videos, and a space that reconfigured to focus on day-to-day actions like sitting, waiting, and watching. And joining us tonight to share more is artist Amanda Heng and Singapore Art Museum curator Selene Yap. Well, we'll start with you, Amanda. Tell us more about your artwork in this showcase. Why is it titled A Pause?
Well, A Pause offers a kind of open space, and it is also an open invitation to the visitors who come into the space. And visitors can find their own way of, engaging with the space, feeling either they're just wandering there or, feeling like sitting down, watching video or checking out the photography. The whole idea is to engage, for them to engage with the space at their own comfort, in their own comfort. Yeah.
Now, Amanda, your work has been described as an ongoing dialogue between art and life. How will this take shape in Venice?
Yes, I don't separate my art from life. Yeah. The focus is often on the body and the everyday experience. Yeah. And with this work, A Pause, it is a kind of open space to engage viewers, also examining the issues of resting. I think this resting issues has been with us, and the body kind of move inward to look at the other resources like stillness to help us renew ourselves. And these are often very insignificant moment that we often kind of ignore. Yeah, so this work kind of try to help reconnect within our body, and then encouraging the viewers to take a pause, stop for a while, and then give themselves the moment to themselves, and then engage with the space in their own comfort.
Now, Selene, let's bring you into the conversation. Both of you have actually worked together previously. How are you drawing on past experiences for this showcase, and how will it be different from past collaborations?
Yeah, we've worked together before on a few occasions before Venice, and what I've learned from those experiences is that Amanda's practice requires a particular kind of patience and trust. She works through doing testing things in the space, adjusting in response to what she finds. So my role as a curator here isn't to impose a curatorial vision for Amanda, but to create conditions where her method can find their own space to unfold. So for Venice, I think that meant spending a lot of time in conversation early on, sharing research with her, talking through what rest means with our Venetian participants who are featured in the video work, and maybe understanding how her earlier works may connect to this inquiry of a pause, right? Then when we got to the space in Venice, we worked on site to determine things like the design of the pavilion and how the artworks should be placed, or how a visitor would move through the space. So this kind of responsiveness is something that we've been building through our past experiences working together. And so in that sense, the work kind of reveals itself through the process.
Selene, from your point of view, what are some of the curatorial opportunities and challenges in presenting an artist who's closely associated with performance art?
The opportunity, I feel, is probably that Amanda's practice has always been grounded in very everyday activities. So even if it's performance art that she'd done before, the gestures include just simple everyday gestures like walking, sharing tea, picking bean sprouts. These gestures are immediately recognizable or relatable, so you don't need specialized art knowledge to understand what it means to for this time around to rest or to feel tired, right? So the work starts from something that's familiar to everyone. I think what the challenge here in Venice is really to translate 4 decades of Amanda's very rich practice into a single presentation. So, Amanda has worked across many different mediums like drawing, photography, performance, video, and in that sense, the boundaries between media is collapsed in her practice as well. And so for Venice, it was important to show that range while creating an experience for viewers that didn't feel overwhelming as well.
And a question for both of you, maybe Amanda first. How, very quickly, before we go, what do you hope that audience will take away from the exhibition and your work?
Yeah, I think the work actually offer a different way of living. Well, focusing on the very insignificant moment in life. And I think they can be very powerful and meaningful as well. Yeah, so that, nowadays the contemporary world is very hectic, competitive, and even violent now. Yeah, and I feel that we offer a choice in life.
And Selene, what do you hope that the visitors will take away from the exhibition?
I hope visitors can leave with a different sense of what rest can be. I think we often think about rest as a form of withdrawal or as an unproductive time, but Amanda's work at the Pavilion shows us that pause is where we find the resources to continue and to sustain ourselves, and that Pavilion really creates conditions for that. So as Amanda was saying, visitors can sit or lie down or watch or spend time within the space, and these kinds of small decisions about where to pause and how long to stay may seem quite ordinary or unremarkable even, but they're actually quite profound.
Well, Selene and Amanda, thank you so much for sharing with us about the exhibition. And that was artist Amanda Heng and Singapore Art Museum curator Selene Yap. Thank you.